Okay, good morning to people who are in US and good evening to all the folks in India. So I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Let's get started. In the previous week, we understood what is data, what is information, what are the different ways of storing the data, and we understood important aspects of the RDBMS, right? What are the Asina? What are the important aspects of the RDBMS we learned in the last week? Asina, what are the important aspects of the RDBMS we have learned in the last week? Swastika, Jana, what are the important aspects we have learned? Swastika, Jana, do you guys remember? Anybody who remembers? Any volunteer? What we have learned in the previous week in terms of RDBMS? Any volunteer? Please go ahead and don't be shy. Please go ahead and Sabita. Yeah, go ahead.
Store manage very relative.
Yeah, go ahead.
RDBMS, it was the role to store, manage, and query and retrieve the data. Then we can. It was the task of the RDBM is create and modify the structure of data.
Very good. Very good.
It was a code process: create, read, update, delete
Correct.
everything.
Yes. Wonderful. Very good. Very good, Muthuminal.
And then control and monitor the user access permission.
Very
After
good.
the day, we can database. We can see about the database.
Okay.
In that, we see row tables and
Thank you. Thank you, Muthuminal.
columns.
Anything else apart from what our Muthuminal mentioned? Anyone else apart from that? Anyone else?
Database components.
Database components. Okay. Very good. What are the database components? BBI Jira. What are the database components? BBI Jira. Quickly. Dhanya or Dijesh? Yeah, go ahead. Asina Begum, go ahead. What are the database components, Asina? Relations, domain, tuples. Yes, you are right. Okay. Wonderful. The database components are table, columns, and rows. And we did understand different ways of different ways of referring them. Okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah. As Arun said, we also went ahead and understood the database objects. What is a database object, Sabita? What is a database object?
Sir, it's a data structure. It is used to either store or refer the data.
Very good. It is a data structure either to store or reference the data. After that, we understood different database objects like tables, views, and tuple. Synonyms, triggers, stored procedures, and all those things. Okay. And also, we understood one more important database object, that being view. Okay. Anybody in the group? What is view? View. What is view?
You can only view it, but cannot modify it.
Okay, but what is view? Yeah, that is also right. Anything else? Anybody?
Virtual table.
Virtual table. BBA, I think virtual table. Yes. Okay. This is a virtual table. It will not store the data permanently, right? That is the view. Okay. And we did see the hands-on on that. Okay. After that, what did we discuss? What did you discuss?
Keys.
Keys. Yeah, keys are very important, right? Right. So keys are the columns which will uniquely identify the tuples. We understood multiple types of keys are there. Super key, candidate key, primary key, surrogate key, foreign key, and all those things. Within that, we discussed two important keys, primary key and foreign key. What is a primary key, Subbu? What is a primary key, Subbu? Okay, anybody? What is a primary key? Hello.
Primary key is from different database, same relation.
Okay. So primary key is the key which will identify the tuple uniquely, and you cannot have a duplicate values in that, and we cannot have a null values in that, right? And also you can have a only one primary key. Okay, wonderful. So what is a foreign key? What is a foreign key? Subbu wanted to go to foreign, right, Subbu? You wanted to go to foreign, to Switzerland or somewhere, but then he said, please attend our course and then go. That's what he said. Okay. Okay.
Two
So,
difference between
yeah, what is a
table.
foreign key? What is a
Two
foreign key?
difference between
Okay.
the two
Okay.
difference between.
No.
Yeah.
Kushal Gowda, what is foreign key? Kushal Gowda, any idea what is foreign key? Anybody? Arunava, what is foreign key? Arunava,
Foreign keys
Samantha?
are the columns of table that points to the primary key of the another table.
Correct. Okay. So we do have a
The
tables.
link between two tables.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. Awesome. Very good. That is a foreign key. Okay. So foreign key establishes the link between the two tables in a database. Okay. That is a foreign key. Okay. Wonderful. After that, what did we discuss after that?
Data integrity.
Data integrity. We cannot just dump anything and everything in the table, right? That is it. Data integrity comes into picture. Okay. Within that, we understood the important aspect of the entity integrity, and also the did we cover? I don't think we covered the referential integrity. Like, I just requested you guys to go through that. Okay. Wonderful then. I think that was the summary of previous week. Okay, let us move forward with the SQL or SQL in this group, in this week. Okay. Now, my first question, what comes to my mind is, why do we store the data? Hasina, why do we store the data, Hasina?
For future reference, we will store the data, sir.
For the future reference. Anything else? Anything else? Aishwarya, anything else? Why do we store the data? Hasina, I think for future reference. What else, Hasina? What else, Aishwarya? Sorry, Aishwarya. Why do we store the data? Processing and analysis. Okay, for processing and analysis. I would say, no. I want to store the data for doing puja, for doing worship. Om Dataya Namaha, like that, right, Kiran? Do we store the data for doing puja? No, right? Okay. We store the data for important things, either to derive the insights, or to derive the patterns, or to for the future use, for one of these things, right? For one of these things, right? So for one of these things, we store the data. Now the question is, how do we, if I have to like derive the patterns, or to derive the insights, I need to access the table, right? I need to access the table. A database or table, right? So, or I also need to retrieve the data, isn't it? Retrieve the data. Okay? Retrieve the data. Yes or no? Okay. So we need to retrieve the data. Now, how do we retrieve it? That is where SQL comes into picture. SQL, or some people call it as SQL. Okay. When some people call it as a SQL, please do not confuse it. Okay. SQL. Okay. What is SQL? Anybody? What is the full form of SQL?
Structured query language.
Structured query language. Yes. Structured query language. Okay, language. Okay, structured query language. That is a SQL. Okay, so just to understand further, structured query language, that is SQL, is designed for storing, retrieval, and management of the data in a relational database. Okay, so we say we have a RDBMS. We have a RDBMS. Within RDBMS, what do we have? Within RDBMS, what do we have? What do we have within RDBMS?
Vendors.
Database. Okay. Within database, what we have? Within database, what do we have? Any volunteers?
Database objects.
Yeah, objects. Within that, we can say table, right? Within table, what we have?
Rows and columns.
Rows and columns. Okay. Within rows and columns, data is there.
Data.
Data is there. Awesome. Okay. Now, in order to store the data in these rows and columns, intern table, intern database, and retrieve the data whenever we want to retrieve the data, and also manage the data, we use SQL or SQL. Okay, we use SQL or SQL. Okay, so some of the important features of the SQL are, it is high performance. It is very simple, straightforward, and also high performance. In a high performance, we can retrieve so many rows in a fraction of seconds. Okay, and also we can store the good amount of data in some less time, and also high availability. Anyway, I'll bring up that point. So now if I ask you a question, where and all we are using the database? Where and all we are using the database? Anybody? Where do we use the databases? Anyone? Where do we use the databases? Hello? Sabita, what do you think? Where do you use the databases? Arunava?
Sir, in RDBMS.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's right. Where do we use the RDBMS? Any of the businesses, right? We use the any of the any companies where they need to store and process the data, we use the databases. Wherever you use the databases, we need to use the SQL, right? So the idea is, wherever you need to run your businesses. Okay, tell me one thing, Kiran. Does any business it doesn't involve the data storage and data processing, Kiran?
Almost every business needs their own database system to forecast and analyze their data.
Absolutely. No business in the Shashanka, in here there also you need a database. In the education sector also you need a database, right? So you need a database to manage the students, lecturers, and all those things. Every business wants a database. Okay, so whenever any of the business wants the database where we can store and process the data, so there should be a way to retrieve the data. That is a SQL comes into picture. Now, high availability means you will be able to access the data all the time, except whenever the RDBMS goes down. Okay, it is highly available all the time. It is available to retrieve the data. Okay, and also if you want to store more and more rows, yes, you can store it that is scalable. Let us say you have some million records now, Okay, because of the business expansion, if the number of rows need to be increased to another 9 million, yes, you'll be able to do it. And also flexibility. Flexibility means either you can scale or you can scale up or scale down. Means if the business goes down, you can also delete the number of rows. Okay, or if you want to. Okay. And also strong data protection means everybody in the company need not access everything with respect to the data, right? For example, you have a database. Within the database, you have multiple tables. All the tables need not be given access to everyone. Right? So that is where data protection comes into picture, where you provide the access to only those who require, right? Those who require. Okay. Then comprehensive app development. See, as I said, any of the business need to store the data and process the data, and the businesses would have a application, front-end application, business process logic application. Okay. So that those applications need to interact with the databases. Okay. So through the SQL, this one, they'll be able to develop the applications. The last important thing is robust transactional support. What is a transaction? Anybody? What is a transaction?
Sharing the data or money.
Read and write operation in SQL.
Okay. So see, like let us take an example. Where, let us say, assuming that Danya, you are there. Danya Naik will be able to talk. Is it possible for you to talk over a mic? Okay. Looks like no. Okay. Let us take an example of who will be able to talk. Swastika, will you be able to talk on a mic? Can I get a response from you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because you are able to talk in a mic, assuming that you have a 1 crore in your account. Do you have 1 crore in your account, Danya? I mean, you have to respond for this one itself. So, sorry. Swastika.
Sorry, I cannot listen.
No, what I'm saying is, Swastika, assuming that you have 1 crore in your account now, 1 crore.
Okay, sir.
You are happy about that?
Yeah, I am.
You want more money. It's okay. Let us, for
Of course.
hypothetically, let us say our Swastika needs more money. Let us say Swastika has 5 crores in her account. Now, when she has 5 crores, she wants to give a party to all of us. So, like Arunava, Hasina, where do you guys want to take a party from Swastika? Because she has 5 crores in her account.
Yes, sir.
Where do you guys want to take a party?
Taj Hotel.
Taj Hotel. Okay. So now we want to go to Taj Hotel, but in the Taj Hotel, Swastika uses her credit card. She has a wonderful credit card, but she also wants to pay some tips to all the waiters and all those things. Okay, so she'll go to ATM and withdraw money. Swastika, have you gone to ATM and have withdrawn the money, or you are usually mostly using only UPIs and transferring the money? Have you withdrawn the money in the ATM, Swastika?
Sir, both.
Okay, done. Okay.
I
So
used
tell me
both
what
system.
happens. Let us say, assuming that you have to withdraw some 10, you are okay to give 10,000 rupees tips to the waiters because you already have a 5 crores in your account. Is it okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, you are generous. Okay. Let's say you go to ATM to withdraw the money. What will happen? Tell me what and all will happen.
So at first,
Mm-hmm.
we need to insert the card, and
Okay.
then the click amount, the amount which I want to which I want, and then we need to insert the code number, and then the money and the card will be activated for some time.
Got you. So tell me one thing. Now tell me, Sabita. So when Swastika has gone to withdraw the amount, she is saying she has inserted the card into the ATM machine, okay, and she has to punch in the pin, okay, and uh, she is withdrawing the 10,000 rupees, okay, and after that it will give ATM machine will give the it will dispose the 10,000 rupees. Does anything of this what is happening is related to what we are discussing from last 5 days, and this is the 6th day?
Yes, sir, of course, because here she's entered some data,
Mm-hmm.
and through that data, that money transaction and all has happened.
Okay, that's good. Any other thoughts from anyone? Okay. So the data of a customer of any bank would be stored in the database. As a part of the tables. Okay. The moment our swastika inserts the card into the ATM, the read operation will happen. Okay. Then the reading of the table where the account details are mentioned. Okay. So it will read whether the swastika has the sufficient amount to withdraw 10,000 rupees. Of course, she has 5 crores. She has. Okay. Now it will check what is the daily limit also. Okay. If everything satisfies, it will dispose of the money. So this whole thing where she's withdrawing the money is a transaction. It is a transaction. Okay. It is a transaction. Okay. You guys got it, right? So any businesses needs to have a way to have the transactions. Okay. So like all the businesses where the transaction happens, for example, what are the other businesses where the transaction happens? What are the other businesses where the transaction happens?
Like online payments.
Which one? Mobile payments. Okay. Okay. So transaction is a in terms of database, transaction is a single logical unit of work which accesses and possibly modifies the contents of the database. That is in terms of the database. That is a transaction. Okay, that is a transaction. So in order to perform any of this one, we have to, it's a basically both reading and updating the database, the table in the database, both of them together is a transaction. You guys are getting it, right? Both of them together is a transaction. Okay. It's a single logical unit of the work with access and possibly modifies the contents. That is a transaction. So, like for example, retail database, or healthcare, or wherever you have a transactions, that will be taken care by a databases. Okay, and we do have important properties called ACID properties. That is atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. Okay, we do have videos of these ACID properties. Please do watch them. Please do watch them because they are the important aspects of any database. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So database offers a wonderful transactional support through SQL. Okay. You guys got it? Any questions here? Any questions here from anyone? You guys are cool? Okay. Now that we understood, let us move forward. Okay. Okay. So whenever you are working with the SQL, you have to remember some of the important points. Okay. Some of the important points. Are you guys ready to know that? Do you want to know what are the important aspects of the SQL strategy? Okay. Let us move forward. Okay. So some of the important thing is SQL is not case sensitive. Okay. This is like it to some extent sometimes it varies, but at a high level it is not case sensitive. Okay. So SQL statements can be written in one or more lines. Okay. And you cannot abbreviate the SQL statements. You cannot abbreviate, especially these days. There is a lot of abbreviation happening. Okay. So usually SQL statements are placed on separate lines for the better readability. Okay. So indents are provided in the SQL statements to enhance the readability. Okay. So let us look at them one by one. Okay. So now here either you write it in a uppercase or a lowercase. Okay. I'm talking about a SQL statement. This is a SQL statement. Okay. It doesn't matter. Both of them will work. Okay. And we can write the SQL statement either in a single line or in a multiple lines. Okay. And you cannot abbreviate the SQL statements. Like for example, what is the Shashanka? What is the abbreviation you usually use? Or anybody in the group who uses a abbreviation?
Like Word or something, sir.
Yeah, anything. For example, what I know is Arunava is using a Arunava, right? Arunava is using a abbreviation called ELU. Yeah, I heard Arunava is using a abbreviation called ELU. Any idea what is ELU?
No,
Hasina?
Color.
Huh?
Like
love it.
color.
Not color. It is I love you. Okay, that is the abbreviation Arunava is using a lot these days, right, Arunava?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. Not yet. I should start using it. Okay. So, Kiran, how about you? Are you using this abbreviation a lot these days? India loves you. Oh, Kiran is saying India loves you, not I love you. Okay. Oh, very clever. Kiran is very clever. Subbu, how about you, Subbu? I like you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so the jokes apart, the idea here is the way you do the abbreviation, like especially in the WhatsApp, you use lot of abbreviations. Huh? Like, can you just tell me some of the abbreviations in WhatsApp? Like thank you, and talk to you later, TTYL, right? What are you doing? YAD. CAS means
Because
because, okay, is it? Okay, PFA means please find a dash, right? Okay, like that. You cannot abbreviate the SQL statements like, okay. So, for example, you say select column 1, all those things, right? You cannot say ST. You cannot say that. Instead of instead of VHVR, you cannot say so WHR. Okay, you cannot say ACL. You cannot abbreviate the SQL statements. Okay, you guys got it, right? So please do not attempt to abbreviate the SQL statements. Okay, as I said, so like usually clauses are basically the SQL statements as a whole are written in a separate lines so that you will have a better readability. The same thing is the case with, okay. So whenever you have a proper indentation, it is easy to follow and visually structured. It will be easy to analyze also. Okay, that is the reason we have a indentation. Okay, wonderful, right? Please remember these important points as and when you write a SQL statement. Okay, let us move forward. Okay, so we have different types of SQL commands. BB Jira, any thoughts? What are the different types of SQL commands? BB Jira or Danya Nayak? Anyone? Kiran? Shashanka?
Like select from
Okay.
or join.
Okay, Arun Mahara, thank you. Any other thoughts?
5 types of event.
5 types. Which are those?
DDL, DML.
Okay.
DQL.
Okay, DDL, DCL, DQL. Very good. Very good. Arunava. Very good. Vijesh. Awesome. Okay. So TCL also. Shashanka. Very good, Shashanka. Okay. So let us look at them one by one. Okay. So there are 5 important types of SQL commands. 5 important types. One is DDL. Second one is DML. The third one is DCL. Fourth one is TCL and DQL. So anybody has watched a movie called Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge? DDLJ. Anybody has watched in this group? I know some of you are very young. You wouldn't even remember which is this movie. Anybody in the group? Sabita has watched. Arunava has watched. Okay, very good. Anyone else? Okay, it's a one of the super duper hit movies of Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol, like very early days of Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol, and the songs are just awesome. Tujhe dekha to ye jana sanam, something like that. Okay, all the songs are super hit songs. It was a super duper hit movie. Okay, I'm not talking about the DDLJ here. I know some people want me to talk, but I'm talking about the DDL, that is data definition language. Data definition language. Okay, and we have DML. What is DML, guys? Anybody? What is DML?
Data manipulation language, sir.
Data manipulation language. Awesome, Danya. Okay. See, very good. Who is able to talk to me by unmuting your mic? That is good. Okay. So data manipulation language. Okay. DCL. What is DCL, Hasina? What is DCL, Hasina?
Data control language.
Data control language. I heard you are controlling. I mean, is it okay if I okay? I heard you are controlling somebody these days, Hasina. And I'm just kidding. So usually all the married ladies control the husbands, right? Right, Sabita, and like whoever is married here, right? So like that. Okay. So I'm just kidding. Okay, it is a data control language. I'm not talking about that. Okay, as I said, I keep cracking the poor jokes. Please don't mind. Okay, then we have TCL, Transaction Control Language, and we have DQL, that is Data Query Language. These are the 5 important types of SQL commands. Let us look at them one by one. Let us look at them one by one. Okay, so as we already understood, DDL is nothing but a data definition language. When I say data definition language, these are the commands used to create and modify the schema of database and its objects. See, we are saying definition. Definition. When I say definition means we are creating it. We are defining it. Okay, they say this is the defining moment of somebody's career, right? Like that. Okay, we are defining. Okay, so they are the commands used to create or modify the schema of the database itself and its objects. What are the objects, by the way? What are the objects? Kiran, what are the objects?
Columns and rows.
No, Kiran. Objects,
Table.
objects. Yes, tables. You are right.
Tables.
We have tables, we have sequences, we have views, we have source store processors. They are the objects. Okay. Basically, as a part of the DDL commands, either you can create and modify the database or its objects like tables, views, and all those things. Okay. And we do have different types of DDL. Okay. We have create, alter, drop, truncate, comment, and rename. Okay. When I say create, it is creating. You are creating the databases, tables, triggers, or other database objects. We are creating the database objects or databases itself. Okay. So we have already done this. Okay. So we are creating a database. We are providing the database. This is the syntax. We already done this earlier. Okay. Then when I say like okay, alter. When we create the database objects, do you think everything is permanent? Will not change anything? That is not the possibility, right? We have to modify. That is where alter comes into picture. Alter is a SQL command used for changing or modifying the existing structure of the database. Modifying the existing structure of the database. Okay, so look at them as a part of the hands-on so that it will be easy for you to visualize it. Okay, so whoever already has a SQL server, they can also try along with me. What I'm going to do now is let me launch the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, I'm going to connect to the SQL Server through my Windows authentication. Okay, then I'll say new query. Okay, so I'll say create database university. Okay, if you already created, you can use the same thing. Okay, you can use the same thing. I'm going to create it. As I said, you can do most of the things from the UI also, like right click and all those things. But I am teaching you guys through the SQL commands so that if you learn through the SQL commands through UI, it will be easy for you. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, now I created the database called university. Let me go ahead and create the table. Okay, the table. The name of the table is student. I'm going to create a table called. Okay, so tell me one thing, Sabita. Like, am I in the university database now? Am I in the university database, Sabita?
No, sir. No.
What do I do?
you're
What
in
do I need to
master.
do? What do I need to do to get into the university database? Use
It's,
university.
Yes, university. Yeah.
Yeah, use university. That should suffice. Okay. Let me run this. Okay. Please remember this. You have to understand where you are working. Okay. In the now you can see it is updated to university. It is updated to university. Okay. I'm going to. Do we have any tables in this? DB Ajira, do you have any tables in this?
No, sir.
No. But let us see whether we have or not. Okay. So let me execute this. What is the problem here? Okay. There are no tables here. There are no tables here. Okay. So now what I will do is, let me go ahead and create a table. Okay. Let me go ahead and create a table. Okay. So we already know how to create a table. I'm using a syntax create table. Name of the table is students. Okay. And I have different column names like roll number, name, age, branch, and city. And I'm providing the different data types int, varchar, int, varchar, and also I'm also here only I'm specifying this is a primary key. Okay. Let me go ahead and create this. Okay. Now if I execute this, okay, the students, you can see students, right? Okay. We earlier when I executed this command, it gave me nothing. Now in the university database, we have a students table. Okay. By the way, Kiran, do we have a data in this table? Kiran?
No, sir. No.
No. How do you check whether the data is there or not?
Select.
Okay. Select. Awesome. Okay. Let me execute this because these days there are aliens. Okay. There is no data in this. There is no data. Let me add some data into this. Let me add some data into this. Okay. So I added some data by inserting into this. Okay. I'll execute this. Yes. We have data in this. Okay. So we are able to, this is the DDL, that is data definition language. In a way, as a part of the data definition language, I created the database called university and I created the schema for a table. Okay. These two things I did as a part of the data definition language. Now, as we already understood, whenever we create a table, there is a possibility that we may have to make changes to the table, like adding a column, deleting a column, all those things, right? All those things, right? So in order to do that, we use a alter command, okay? Alter command, okay? So the way we can do it is, so I will say alter table students add date of birth, and date is the date is the, what is the date here? Anybody? What is the date here?
Data type.
Data type. Absolutely awesome. Very good. Okay. So now tell me, Swastika Jana, what am I trying to do here, Swastika Jana? What am I trying to do here?
So we need to add date of birth
Mhm.
in the tables
Very good. See,
which
as of
is
now,
named by students.
very good. Okay. So see, if you guys see here, in the students table, we don't have a column called date of birth. We don't have a column called date of birth, right? We are adding that. We are adding that. Okay, we are adding that. Okay. So let me go ahead and, okay. Now, if I say this, you can see new column is added. But the data is done because we have not inserted the data. We can also insert the data. Okay. So now you can also delete this. You can also delete this. Okay. So the way you can do it is alter table students drop column. Okay, we can say date of birth. It should do the trick, or if it is not, then we'll check. Okay, now if you execute this, the column is dropped. This is the alter command. This is alter command. Okay, so then two more important aspects are there is something called drop and truncate. I told you, na, it is there as a part of the drop and truncate. Okay, as a part of the DDL command. Okay, so drop command drops both the structure and data of a table. Drop commands drops both structure and data of a table. On the other hand, truncate commands only deletes the data. The structure will be intact. Okay, let us see that. Okay, now we have a table called this one. Okay, we'll say truncate table. Okay, so if I execute this, what should happen? Anybody? What should happen?
So students table will be deleted.
No.
Students table records will be deleted. Data
Yes. Okay, let us execute this. Okay, now if I say the schema is still there, the data is gone. Okay, data is gone. Record deleted. Yes. Okay, but on the other hand, let me insert the data again. Into the again. Okay. If I say now the data is there. If I say drop table students, right? So both the structure and the data will be gone. If I try to execute this now, invalid object. It has dropped. The structure and data, both of them are deleted. Okay, wonderful. Any questions here from anyone before we wrap up the class for today? Any questions from anyone? Okay, if there are no questions, please do practice this at your home before you come to the class tomorrow. Thank you so much. You guys have a very good evening. Those who are in India, have a good day. Who are in US, thank you. See you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.